Hello there. I was inclined to record this video today because I was recently introduced to an online marketing guru who is well established. Uh, he's making millions of dollars, so he must be doing something right. And yet, there was something that he said that really rubbed me the wrong way. And for me, it was a deal breaker. And it just goes to show that even these people that are the people that everybody else is looking up to for answers, even they don't have everything dialed in. And the sticking point for me was when he said that he's no longer going to be offering a VIP upgrade so you can get the recordings from an event. Now, first of all, the event was 3 days long. And when I say 3 days, I mean full days, like from morning to evening. And I see this occurring quite a lot, especially now, just recently. It seems to be the trending thing that I guess after 3 days, you kind of wear down your audience, so they'll just say yes. Maybe that's what it is. But I thought it was a bit unfair of him to not offer the recordings because you have a life, you have other things you have to attend to, you might have appointments with clients, you might have obligations in your job or whatever. So for him to not offer the recording of the live event seemed a little bit disrespectful to the audience. And especially if it's a paid event, I feel like this trend of not offering the recordings is kind of, yeah, just downright rude. Now, his justification sounded worthy of this kind of decision. He said, "We don't make our sales off of the recordings." And he said, "People don't watch recordings." Now that was a real slap in the face for me because about 50% of the content that I consume, as far as Zoom meetings and whatnot, all these events virtual events that I'm attending or registering for, I don't actually get to, and I go back and watch the replay pretty much 50% of the time. And I know many people in the room when he said that, he said nobody watches the recordings. There was an uproar of people that were like, no, I watch the recordings all the time. So I think that that's just patently false. I think what he's getting at is the psychological triggers that go on in order for somebody to convert into a high ticket sale don't work as well with a replay. But I don't think that that means that you should omit that content because what you're doing with that is you're providing value to your audience, to potential clients. And just because it doesn't add to your bottom line doesn't mean that you should remove it because it's still benefiting the people that you serve. And for me, that was a turnoff because I was able to get a glimpse of his true nature. And that is if it doesn't serve him, it's not important to him. I would rather do things to serve my audience and my clients, even if it is a little bit of an inconvenience for me, because I want to provide value. So, this is my personal opinion. You might have a different opinion. I believe that the replays should be available, especially if you're paying. And, you know, he said that the money he gets from the VIPs is a pittance compared to the back end offer. Well, that's all good and well, but hey, not everybody is established as him. So for him to give that advice to other people that are just starting out is kind of unfair as well, because many times, if you are paying for advertising and upfront costs, the VIP sales can offset those costs and basically make it so your advertising is free. And that's another way to look at it, is that's another added benefit to it. That way you're not relying upon the back end sales to break even because then From there, you are turning a profit. So why not offer the VIP uh, upgrade? You're making a little bit of money that offsets the costs of creating the event. Even if you don't do advertising, if you're hiring a team, if you're outsourcing to create the landing page and create the assets and the graphics and all this, why not? Why not offset that cost a little bit? And you provide a little bit of more value to the people that are attending. Oh, and one more thing. I've also heard the statistic. I don't know how accurate this is, but I've heard that you only retain 10 to 20% of the information that you take in. So even if you are there every minute of all 3 days, you're still not going to retain all of that information. So it behooves you to go back and re listen to all of that content again to kind of make it sink in more, to absorb more information, to review the material, to gain new insights that you might have missed the first time around. Like there's so many benefits to having the replay available. I just don't understand why he would just come to this conclusion on the blanket statement that A, nobody watches replays, and B, there's no money to be made from it. So just because you're paying some guru thousands of dollars or even tens of thousands of dollars, it doesn't mean that everything that they say is true, correct, accurate. eh, Opinions differ. There's no reason to follow somebody blindly, and sometimes the more you watch somebody, the more you can see into their true character. So take everything with a grain of salt, form your own opinions about things. Don't just follow people blindly. If they say something questionable, it's okay to have a varying opinion, and sometimes the difference of opinions is a deal breaker, and it was for me. So I would rather provide that value and not burn bridges with people that aren't ready to buy right then and there after 3 days of being worn down. So I hope you got value out of this video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.